tell him to go to the palace. Yeah, exactly.
Have fun and come home.
You gotta go do it.
Go to the palace, baby. Yeah.
That's so twisted though, because see, like now you're putting me in y'all's mindsets, and I don't think like that. Because I don't like that. I don't even like how I feel after answering that. Like, you see how like they think like I'm just all like no, like I like like one, and they're all like, but if you had a choice, and then like I don't want that choice. Actually, it makes me feel icky.
It exists in the real world.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I believe it, and that's not a world that I want to be part of. Y'all,
but yeah, that's actually
Shout
what.
out to the whole Brunson family, right? Shout out to Mikal Bridges. Shout out to everybody on the team. Even Avocado, right? Shout out to Avocado. Yeah.
Avocado is crazy.
Shout out to Avocado. Niggas gonna eat that little nigga up. Pause.
Avocado.
Nah, shout out to Avocado. Yeah. But Boston is gonna be the team out the East, man. And make me regret my words, man. It's easy.
He's talking about it. Like, what?
Go ahead, Killer.
Would you rather have somebody you're in a relationship with that's running around having one night stands, or have another whole girlfriend that they're in love with? Which one would you prefer?
That's the question.
That's the question. Yeah.
No, you can just go talk to different people.
That's what I'm saying. But thank you for clearing that up. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because she tried to make it be like, you're in the palace. And I'm like, my palace is full of one-night stands. But you're in the casita where you're in a whole...
one-night stands. Of one-night
stands. Yeah. And that's what I was saying, that I heard a friend of mine saying that, I could share dick, but I can't share the nigga heart. In other words, we could fuck this nigga together, girl, but he got to come home with me after that. So that's what I was trying to explain. And thank you for clearing it up. So I didn't explain it right, so Stan understood.
Yeah, I thought you were saying one or the other, but you're saying if the choice is I'd rather, instead of you in love with me and in love with somebody else, just go do what you got to go do.
You tell him to go to the palace. Yeah, exactly.
Have fun and come home.
You got to go do it.
Go to the palace, baby. Yeah.
That's so twisted though, because see, like now you're putting me in y'all's mindsets, and I don't think like that. Because I don't like that. I don't even like how I feel after answering that. Like, you see how like they think like I'm just all like no, like I like like one, and they're all like, but if you had a choice, and then like I don't want that choice. Actually, it makes me feel icky.
It exists in the real world.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I believe it, and that's not a world that I want to be part of. Y'all,
but that's actually what happened. That's actually what happened with Dak Prescott. Not to like finish the topic or get there, but that's basically why they broke up, or they ended their engagement. Was he had all these old jump offs, and he had burners, and she ended up finding him allegedly on their dual engagement, or in a bachelorette party, which I don't know why you would ever have a dual bachelor party, but he was, he had a palace as well. Has a palace.
But that's not even the same thing. If you are getting married in a month and you're entertaining other women and not even in love, that's not the same thing. You're just entertaining other women.
It's the time to do it. It's about to be over.
No, because now the whole thing is over. And you could have just continued doing that before planning a wedding.
I was. You in my phone.
Yes, that's the question. That's the question.
Fuck you doing in my phone? Shit was just fine.
I'm stressed. Y'all are stressing me out. In the comments down below, let us know what y'all would choose, a partner in love with somebody else. You didn't even get to my answer
for the question.
Yeah, you're still going to go.
No, I don't want to go now. I'm good. I'm in the palace. She's in the casita.
I got to get the comments take, because that went every which way. And I don't even know how we got here. Honestly.
Yeah, because you know what? I seen your brain calculating. You like, damn, if my boyfriend did that, which one would I rather have? Would this nigga be in love? or the one night stand?
That's a lot.
Couple one night stands. You got, let's just narrow it down. 10 one night stands on love for 2 years.
Let us know
10
what y'all-
number like this.
Damn, because you know what happens is, like I told you, I had a girl that I was dealing with, and I know we running off time, but I had a girl I was dealing with, and I thought she liked my little side joint. And I'm like, yo, don't be asking me questions. You ain't my girlfriend. I think I said this before. I was like, don't be asking me no questions. You ain't my girlfriend. She's like, you dumb nigga, I'm your girlfriend. You just don't even know it. You over here 3 nights a week. I'm cooking for you. You spend the night. You come here mad, leave happy. Then you go back over there. She really a side bitch, and I was mad, and I walked out and thought about the shit. And I'm like, is my side bitch my girlfriend? Like, yo, she fucked me up with that one, made me think about that
You
shit.
good with her words too. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
Jedi mind
Yeah,
trick.
Jedi mind trick, but at the same time, is it facts? Because a lot of
Sounds like
girlfriends
facts.
may be right now be thinking that they the girlfriend because they at home and living with the nigga, but you may be the side chick. You may be happier with the other bitch.
Yeah.
It's about happiness.
Listen, tell them what's up.
Yeah,
I've been in both scenarios.
yeah,
I think
that's
being
why I
the
like to
side
take.
piece is actually more freeing.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you know what? God rest in peace to Patrice O'Neal, comedian. He said this, bro. You know how crazy it is for a nigga to go cheat, to go find happiness somewhere else that you're not giving to him? Cheating ain't for us, it's for you. So we don't hurt your feelings. And we find happiness somewhere else. You should be appreciative that we not now snapping. We had one felt some happiness. Cheating don't really be for the person who cheating, it's for the partner.
Shout out to the whole Brunson family, right? Shout out to Mikal Bridges. Shout out to everybody on the team. Even Avocado, right? Shout out to Avocado. Yeah.
Avocado is crazy.
Shout out to Avocado. Niggas gonna eat that little nigga up. Pause.
Avocado.
Nah, shout out to Avocado. Yeah. But Boston is gonna be the team out the East, man. And you know, make me regret my words, man. It's easy.
Talking about like what?
Go ahead, Kayla. If and like I said, it's hypothetical. If your significant other was cheating, would you rather have 10, 11 one-night stands or be in love with just one nigga that she's in love with? None of it's cool. We get that. We know what type of time we on. But if you had to make a choice, because look, she might have had meaningless sex with the 11 people, but
Shades on.
with the 11 people, but she might be going, like I'm talking about after Christmas, she going to spend Christmas day after until New Year's with him. She's spending mad time with this one person. Would you rather that your significant other cheat with one person that she's in love with or have 10, 11 one-night stands? And I know it's hypothetical, but which one is more meaningful or meaningless to you?
I don't know. All of them say the same thing to me. Either one, she out the door.
I'm at.
My nigga had to put his shades on for this one.
I had to put my shades on for this one.
Okay, so we got a story from Dwight Howard. So he filed for divorce from his wife after her allegations of him. So there is a video of his now ex-wife, Amy, who broke down in tears and said CPS took her daughter because of her husband, Dwight. She says,
he was coaching our son to lie on me and I had to record it. And it's this shit. I try to tell everybody he needs some help. And ain't nobody would have fucking listened because he got the money. I kept saying, whatever, y'all don't understand. I live with him. He needs some help.
he has a cocaine problem and needs help. And then in the video, she said, "This is what I'm losing my marriage to." And she actually showed the bag of a substance. That's what we'll say. Meanwhile, he claims he ain't never did no coke in his life. And he replied, y'all will believe everything you see on the internet. So this is just one example, but we've been seeing a lot of, I would say, athlete relationships kind of unfold across the internet in different ways. Trista, what's your opinion on the situation as a whole? What he had to say and what she had to say?
Yeah, I think the part that struck me, because there's a lot here. I had to do a bunch of background research because I wasn't familiar with their relationship at all. at all. But she said on this video and in her post that a lot of her friends were telling her, hey, you've got to stay with him 6 months into the marriage, even though she felt like it wasn't working. And she was seeing her have to, this is according to her. And so I'm just going off of if this is true, then this is my take. So, because obviously I'm not around to know like what she's saying and if it's true or not. But she said that, police were coming to the door and I was having to lie for him. And I'm sticking with them because my support system tells me you married somebody, it's in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor, for better, for worse. And to that I say, like, that's fugazi to me. Not saying that like people shouldn't value marriage, but if you're in a situation that has big time red flags for your safety or for your ability to be a parent to your child, then you have to take out what vows you made, because they also made vows that if this is all true, that they've broken as well. So you got to take care of yourself and your own health and safety. You got to protect your kids, and you got to make sure you're not in a bad situation just because your support system says that you signed a contract and you made vows in front of your friends, family, and God. Like, okay, that's just to me, like a bit of a problematic situation. And I feel bad for her if that is why she stayed.
I talked about this on Talk with Flea. Tune to Talk with Flea. And you'll see my take on this, man. I'm telling you, don't want to miss my take. Because her holding up half a kilo of cocaine on Instagram Live is wild. So go Talk with Flea.
Is that what it was? That's the amount. I don't know I don't have cocaine measurements down.
I mean, if I'm eyeballing it, off the eyeball, I'd say a half, maybe a little more than a half. It looked pure, it looked all powder. It wasn't bricked up. So if I'm eyeballing it, I would say a little over a half. Yeah, I would, if I'm going exactly, Trish, if I'm eyeballing, 575 grams.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much money does that equate to?
Depending on where you're at. Now, we're going straight from the source, Colombia, probably about 2,000, 1,700. Now, if we're talking about Mexico, you could probably get that maybe at about 11, 12 a key. Once you cross that border, this is where it get crazy over here. Now, get over here, now the prices vary. Now, when you're dealing with people that sell drugs, right, they try to throw everything in it. I used to be one of these people. Yo, the towers just came down and shit, man. The prices is up. No disrespect to 9/11. I'm just saying, I'm from New York. I was there not shopping. My mother was working across the street, so I was scared nowadays. I'm just telling you the type of shit they use. Yo, it's a war going on right now. So prices is up. You have to pay like 32 a gram right now, 30, 35 a gram. Then it might go down. Niggas be like, yo, I got it right now, 22 a gram, 23 a gram. It depends what gaffle niggas want to run at this particular time. Yo, niggas just elected Barack. This nigga, Barack in office is just 29 a gram, right? I'm telling you, this shit is dead ass. Yo, Barack's in office right now. This shit is 31 a gram fucking with this nigga. He don't want no drugs in the country. Yo, I remember Barack who was the second nigga Barack ran against?
Mitt Romney?
Romney. I remember a group of niggas from my hood. It was like 19 niggas. And I'm like, yo, where y'all niggas going? They said, we going to vote. I said, y'all niggas going to vote? And they say, yeah, we got to get Barack up out of here, man. You fucking the prices up. Niggas going to vote for Romney. Like, this is all black niggas. They always going to the polls. These niggas like, Barack got to get out of here, fucking the prices up. This is the shit they do, Trish, it varies. Now, you won't get, now, when y'all thinking, now, when we get to Canada, you get up in the 40s and 50s. Because it's the further north, but like this, the further north you go, the higher the price goes. Yeah, that's about, I would say, for a little over half a kilo, it's 1,000 grams in a kilo. So I would say about 575 grams in that bag she was holding up, if I had to eyeball it.
Is that like, for someone who's a regular cocaine user, how many days of cocaine is that?
A regular cocaine user? Well, think about, like, it depends on what your habit is. You know, we seen Lamar Odom say that he sniffed up a kilo in 3 days in a whorehouse now. That's just, I don't know how he's alive. You know what I'm saying? Now, think about this, right? You might think most time they do dimes or 20s. So if you diming that up, that should last a long time. If you just, it depends on how many lines a day you do. I can't say I don't do.
Mase and Cam'ron have built a reputation for saying exactly what's on their minds, and their latest conversation reminded everyone why fans keep coming back for more. What began as a casual celebration of the Knicks quickly transformed into one of the internet's hottest debates about relationships, and trust me, nobody saw it coming. Before long, the discussion spilled into real-world headlines involving well-known athletes, public accusations, and a high-profile divorce filing that has social media buzzing from every angle. So buckle up, because this story takes several unexpected turns before it's over. By the time we reach the end, you'll probably have a strong opinion about who handled things the right way and who completely missed the mark. Everything started with one deceptively simple question tossed across the table. If your partner was going to cheat regardless, would you rather they have multiple meaningless one-night encounters or secretly fall in love with one person and build an emotional relationship behind your back? At first glance, it sounds like the kind of playful hypothetical people argue over at family gatherings or backyard cookouts. But the longer everyone unpacked the question, the clearer it became that this wasn't really about cheating at all. It was about loyalty, pride, emotional attachment, and what betrayal truly looks like. Cam'ron answered without even pausing to think. He argued that random one-night stands carry far less weight because there's no genuine emotional bond involved. To explain his point, he compared the situation to the difference between visiting a casino and living inside a palace. A casino is somewhere you stop by for a little excitement before walking away without looking back. A palace, on the other hand, is where you build your life, create memories, and invest your heart. From his perspective, if his partner ever stepped outside the relationship, he'd rather it resemble a brief trip to the casino than invite someone else into the palace he believed belonged only to them. His reasoning was straightforward. Physical mistakes may hurt, but emotional attachments are what truly threaten to destroy a relationship. The women involved in the conversation challenged that opinion almost immediately, and honestly, they raised some compelling points of their own. One of them explained her perspective by recalling advice she had shared during an earlier conversation with a close friend. Her message was simple but powerful. A physical connection can happen without changing someone's emotional priorities, but once the heart becomes involved, everything changes. Someone might spend one night with a stranger and still return home emotionally committed to the person they truly love, but once genuine feelings develop for someone else, the relationship enters dangerous territory, because now there's another person competing for your love, attention, time, and future. What made the entire conversation even more fascinating was how quickly it shifted from theory to personal experience. One of the hosts admitted he had lived through something remarkably similar years earlier, explaining that he kept telling a woman they were only casually involved and insisted she shouldn't act like his girlfriend. Her response stayed with him for years afterward. She reminded him that she cooked for him several nights every week, comforted him whenever he had a bad day, and supported him emotionally in ways that mirrored a real relationship, making the title almost meaningless. He admitted that her words forced him to question whether the woman he considered a side relationship had actually become a bigger part of his everyday life than the woman who officially held the title.
Held that title.
That confession sparked an even broader discussion about how easily relationship boundaries can become blurred. Someone pointed out that many people sitting comfortably at home believing they're the official partner may actually be receiving less love, attention, effort, and emotional investment than the person on the side. Having the official title doesn't always mean you're the one who's truly valued the most, and that's a reality many people would rather avoid confronting. From there, the discussion shifted toward a topic many viewers probably never expected, bringing up the highly publicized collapse of Dak Prescott's engagement. Based on reports that circulated publicly, the situation allegedly involved messages involving other women that were discovered by his former fiancée, with everything reportedly falling apart around the time of a combined bachelor and bachelorette celebration. The hosts couldn't help but point out how unusual that entire situation appeared from the outside, reaching the point where a wedding is practically finalized while still allegedly entertaining other relationships raises serious questions. One host noted that even if there wasn't a deep emotional attachment involved, making those choices so close to a wedding speaks volumes by itself, because once you're preparing to say lifelong vows, the issue isn't simply temptation anymore. It's about consciously making decisions while someone else is fully invested in building a future beside you. Unsurprisingly, the mood of the conversation became much more serious as it shifted toward the ongoing situation involving Dwight Howard. According to publicly available reports and a video shared by his now ex-wife, Amy, the couple is currently going through a divorce connected to a series of serious allegations. In the emotional video, Amy claimed that Child Protective Services became involved and said the situation affected custody involving her daughter. She also alleged that she felt pressured to remain silent about problems inside the marriage, believed there were signs of substance-related issues, and eventually decided to speak publicly because she no longer felt anyone was listening to her concerns. During the video, she displayed what she claimed was evidence supporting her allegations, adding another layer to an already emotional and highly controversial situation. Dwight, however, has publicly denied the drug-related accusations and urged people not to accept everything they see online as fact. One of the hosts added another perspective by explaining that she spent time researching the story because she wasn't familiar with the couple's full history. She said one detail stood out more than anything else: Amy's claim that people encouraged her to remain in the marriage by pointing to traditional wedding vows about staying together through sickness, health, wealth, and hardship. In her opinion, relying on that advice becomes extremely dangerous whenever genuine safety concerns are involved, especially when children may also be affected. She argued that marriage vows work both ways, and if someone truly believes they're living in an unsafe environment or feels their ability to care for their child is being affected, no promise should force them to remain in that situation. She added that if Amy really stayed silent because she felt pressured to protect the marriage, then it's understandable why she stayed as long as she did. After that, the discussion unexpectedly shifted into a much lighter mood, with the hosts jokingly trying to estimate what was shown in the video purely by appearance, laughing about street prices and how those numbers supposedly change based on location, supply, and even broader economic trends, while tying everything back to funny stories they remembered from years ago. Moments like that are exactly why so many people enjoy this show, because it can jump from serious, emotional conversations to complete comedic madness in seconds, yet it still feels like friends talking.
Naturally, instead of reading from a script. What really connects this entire episode is a theme that many viewers probably noticed right away. Whether the discussions centered around choosing between one-night stands and emotional affairs, the highly publicized breakup involving Dak Prescott, or the ongoing and deeply personal dispute between Dwight Howard and his ex-wife, every topic eventually pointed back to the same bigger question. The reality is that relationships, especially those constantly examined by the public, are almost never as simple as they appear on the surface. Ideas like loyalty, trust, and what truly qualifies as betrayal often depend entirely on who's telling the story. And judging by this conversation, even two outspoken personalities sitting across from each other couldn't reach the same conclusion about where those boundaries should exist. It's also important to remember that much of what's being discussed regarding Dwight Howard remains part of an ongoing legal dispute and consists of allegations that have been publicly contested. As with many situations like this, the complete picture may not become clear for quite some time, if it ever does. Both sides have shared public statements that directly conflict with one another. Until additional verified information becomes available, it's more responsible to view these claims as part of a developing story, rather than treating them as established fact. Even so, that hasn't stopped it from becoming one of the biggest athlete relationship stories dominating conversations this year, right alongside the continuing speculation surrounding Dak Prescott's very public and still unanswered breakup. In the end, this episode perfectly demonstrates why honest, uncensored conversations connect with audiences on such a massive level. It isn't polished to perfection, it isn't carefully scripted to satisfy everyone, and it certainly doesn't avoid uncomfortable topics or difficult conversations. Whether you agree with Cam'ron's casino versus palace comparison, or believe emotional betrayal cuts much deeper than anything physical, one thing is impossible to ignore. This debate isn't ending anytime soon, and you can expect it to keep showing up in comment sections, group chats, and maybe even a few real-life relationships for a long time. If this breakdown had you agreeing with every point or completely disagreeing, that's exactly why this conversation has captured so much attention in the first place.